Welcome to the Old Horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy, home of the Ohio State Buckeyes and one of the great settings in all of college football. With the scarlet and gray already rocking this house. Today, a couple of squads here to square off in a Big 12 showdown. As we'll see a team fresh and ready to go off a bye week, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets taking on the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Yellow Jackets will get us started with the opening kickoff. Just unloaded on that kickoff. Don't have to worry about a return on a kick like that. They'll bring it out to the 25. First down for this offense. From the gun, the ground game. Got room at the 35. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
That's a really nice run right there. And one of the things I love about him, he runs with such physicality and with the toughness. Do you think Woody Hayes, the great Ohio State coach, would have loved to have this guy in his backfield? His running style just marries so well with that. When you think about Ohio State and their tradition at running back, right? With all the athletes they've had throughout the decades, this guy was meant to play in the shoe.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Going to the ground. Just ran over it. Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a first down.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
And the Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. They go to the ground. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Might as well give it to him again. And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there. The Buckeyes are in the hurry-up. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They have declared their intentions on this drive, keeping it on the ground. It's 1st and 10 again. From the gun, the running back has it. Pulled down after a pickup of 3, balls at the 13. Brings up 2nd down. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. From the shotgun, the inside give. Headed to the end zone. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
We knew this offense wanted to come into this one establishing the run. Guys, they didn't even attempt to throw on their first drive. They were more physical. They were pushing guys around up front. This guy caps it off with a nice touchdown.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Signals for a fair catch around the 5-yard line and hauls it in. He's backed up deep in his own territory. The offense set for a first down play. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Just a short pass to the tight end. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. A new set of downs after the completion. Movement here from the tight end. Handoff from the gun. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
The give to the back. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. He's brought down at the 43-yard line. 3rd down coming. As they come to the line on 3rd and short from the 43, I wonder if they already know they'll go for it if they don't make it here. From the gun, wants to pass. That pass is incomplete.
And this offense coming out slow, man. You're kind of frustrating because you had that bye week last week. What do? You go back and self-scout, look at yourself. What can I do better? And then you come out in the first quarter and you're not playing great out the gates. They got to find themselves in a little rhythm, knock off some of that bye week rust.
Oh, a big decision here early as they leave the offense on the field in their own territory. They want to keep this opening drive alive. This time he's got his man.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
They'll leave it with him. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got to burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. Right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. It's complete to the right. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. This 3rd down play more than manageable from the 24. Can the defense stand tall? He's run out of bounds, but a big play play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like every...
Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! Reeled it in and just made the house call. They just took the air out of that thing. That might be an understatement. They took the ball away and just wore down, just grinded away at that defense.
And took a lot of time off the clock in the process as well. I'm impressed with the physicality up front of this offense, because that's where it all starts. If you're going to march the ball down the field like they just did, you've got to be dominating in the trenches, and they are doing that in this game right now.
All tied up and just about set to kick it away. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't quit on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Fires to the tight end. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to third down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
Floating away. Trying to escape and get it himself. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
QB's got to be able to play on so many different levels. They got to read coverages, know the snap count, know what everybody's doing, and then does a great job at the end making something out of nothing, making a positive play, picking up a new set of downs, a new set of problems for this defense.
Quarterback checking the play. To the air on first down. The sweet feet buy a little time. Hauls it in. Open runway ahead. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. This noise, this crowd, and you can feel the jolt of energy going through the Buckeyes.
Well, everybody loves 5-yard runs, Reese, but come on, let's get real. When you're chucking the ball down the field and you got great quarterback play and wide receivers out wide that are making plays, fans go nuts, and the Horseshoe is one of the loudest places in all of college football.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. They make the stop after a pickup of 3 just inside the red zone at the 19.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
They'll try to run for it.
Coming up.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. The give on fourth down. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down. The Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Right back to the well. They get him on the ground. A 6-yard run in the red zone down to the 11.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
To the air, it's Sharp. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
This pass rush is serious, man. When you watch them on film, they do a nice job in the back end, taking away all the throws downfield. He's trying to get to his check down, but that pressure, it gets to him, and the hit forced the incomplete.
They'll give it another shot on 2nd and goal from the 4. He's looking to throw. Still on his feet. Fires into the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Yeah, and that was really nice pressure. Ideally, you want to get him on the ground. Nice job by the quarterback staying alive, keeping the play alive, but it still ends in an incompletion. Nice pressure by the defense.
3rd and goal is where offensive coordinators earn their keep. Goes to the option. Oh, there's a loose football on the bad pitch. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
I love those smashes where you can hear it up here, Reese. Goodness gracious, you can hear the contact. Such a big lick. The offensive guy doesn't hold on to the football. Huge momentum swing. Big turnover forced by the defense.
Toss sweep right. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And you don't always see tosses into the boundary. Most people want to go to the wide side of the field. Defense was ready. Not as much space when you go wide out there, but more importantly, the defense doing a great job winning, setting the edge, running to the football, shutting the toss down.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Shoots it to the left. Finds a man by himself. Nothing but green ahead. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
He smashes his way through again. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
Defensively, you'll take the slow death. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making him run the guys, and get him on the ground for good.
And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. That touchdown grabbed the 25th of his career.
Not surprising either. When you've got this guy's ability at that position, quarterbacks are going to be looking for you. 25 touchdown catches, that's an impressive figure.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that have been so big time. Big time moments, clutch plays, makes those contested catches. He's a guy that can do everything, and that's why he's putting up such great stats.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Virginia found a way to rescue victory from the jaws of defeat. A perfect example of just how strong this program is. All about stacking wins there in Charlottesville. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. After that last drive, he came back to the sideline, and the coach probably said, "You dropped it? You didn't pick it up? Come on, get on the ball, Dave."
No, that's not what he said. He said, "You're doing a great job. Just keep your head up." Oh, yeah, he got blasted. You got to hold on to the football, Palmer. Turnovers decide games. Those are big plays.
It's tough on him, too, because he knows he let his offense down on that last drive. So you know that guy's eager and anxious to come out here and make a play.
Got out of trouble, got rid of it. And the throw out to the sideline, good for a few. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. To throw, it's Sharp. On the move to his left. The throw. Quickly to the tight end. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to...
Oh, it's out! Oh, the offense averts absolute disaster by falling on that fumble.
Man, those are backbreakers. Defensively, you get so excited. You force the fumble, I'm going to get a turnover, and the offense falls on the field.
Thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied, and the timeout is gone. And how about this lower intestinal fortitude? 4th and 1 in your own territory, and they're going. Quarterback checking off. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Oh, picked off. Looking for more room. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets. And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return. Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
They're lining up to kick it off after the pick six, and that defense will come out feeling it. From inside the 10, here he comes. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being...
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
Let's see how much they can get on 2nd and 9 from the 20. Back to pass, it's Etienne. Bought a little time, lets it go. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment and they've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Now the toss. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
Well, it's a great individual effort by the running back on that last play. It's 3rd and forever. He tried to get his team the first down. Not enough. Let's see what they do on 4th.
1 for 2 on 4th down attempts so far, and we will get a 3rd attempt here. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Gets rid of it. Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you've got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were. Because of that, he gives up the first down. Need to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy.
Now on 2nd down. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On 2nd down, wants to throw it. He'll pull it down and run. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. And the Buckeyes with the 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Unloads to the wideout. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Going up top on first down. He's going to run it. At midfield, he's got room. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit. Offense threatening at the 45-yard line on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Forced out of the pocket. He'll turn it loose out to the right. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here this Week 11 performance. How about that quarterback taking the shot downfield and delivering to the wide-open receiver?
I love this quarterback, Reese, because he's aggressive. He wants to take shots. He's looking for every opportunity to show off that cannon and that arm talent. He showed it to all of us right there.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He was looking for the big return there, but he'll go out of bounds at the 28. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
That's the way to start a drive, and now they'll try to follow up on 1st and 10. Wants to throw. It's Etienne. Got his man. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
Showing the arm strength down the left side. And it's caught inside the 20. Almost took it all the way there, but it's a huge gain, and they're set up with a 1st and goal.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
He's got it. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
And I think you're seeing these guys in every offense now. These littler guys that they're so quick, it's hard to get a hand on them. Run crisp routes. You can throw it short. You can throw it.
And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Ohio State.
A nice job by this offense, putting the scoring drive together. And now, listen, it's not even halftime yet. So keep fighting. Going to halftime, regroup, found a little something on this drive. See if we can cut into this lead and continue to make this game closer and closer.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Central Michigan is darn near putting up video game numbers offensively, and the result is a comfortable lead for the Chippewas on the scoreboard. They're up 14 over Ohio. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And the sophomore just a little too much on that one.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Buys a little extra time. Now he'll fire back into the middle. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts.
Well, it didn't take long for this guy to leave his impact in the game, guys. With that catch, this guy's already over 100 yards in the game, and we're not even done the first half.
They used the chunk play to cross midfield, and they've got it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. He's looking to throw it. A shot toward the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. The AT unit on the field. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they close the deal from 43 yards out with a touchdown pass. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Looking downfield, it's Etienne. Quarterback on the move, still looking. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go. It is a valuable tool to have a quarterback that can extend a play like that. But sometimes you're smart to be check down Charlie and just take something easy and not invite disaster.
Because when you roll out, you're rolling out, you're cutting the field in half, right? The defense starts to run from one side to where you're rolling out to. The field kind of shrinks, and it kind of becomes a little bit of backyard ball. And you can tell he forced that one in there. Didn't get the interception, thank goodness, but it wasn't a great decision.
They'll throw it on 1st down. Quarterback extends the play. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
How about the bomb by the offense? The Hail Mary, they go deep. The defense knows it's coming. But where are they? Where is the defense? You've got to stay as deep as the deepest and make sure this doesn't happen. The Hail Mary to success.
And the extra point is good, but they still trail 35-21. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Ohio State, 21.
Kickoff and kickoff return teams on the field, and we're just about ready to go in the second half. He'll call for the fair catch here. The Rambling Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the 3rd quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
They've made 3rd down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. The Yellow Jackets will send out the punt unit. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. signals for the fair catch, and that's where they'll put it in play, just outside the 20. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. The touchdown drive cut the deficit last time they had it, forced the punt. Now a chance to really make this a football game.
And I think if you're the offensive coordinator here, you're revisiting that last drive and asking yourself, okay, what did I call? What worked? What can I keep dialing up so we can keep scoring?
Dang right, because you got the momentum. You're back in this football game. Everything is going your way. Your defense just contributed, so that lead they had, just keep chipping away, and who knows what will happen.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Looking to throw, it's Etienne. Gets it out quickly. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too, but don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
They'll try to pick up the first through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. Quarterback will audible. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Throws to the wideout. And it's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been on par. Got some room to run. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Georgia Tech.
Man, that could not have gone any worse. You're thinking 4th down, go for it. Well, even if you don't get it, you turn the ball back to their offense. Not that. You throw a pick, and they turn it back all the way for a touchdown and get points. That is a disaster for this offense.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. Fair catch called for and made. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out, not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Power football with the run. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical. They wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
Steps to his left, out of the pocket. He'll throw it. Complete along the sidelines, and that'll be good enough for the first down.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. The biggest key there is the quarterback understanding that A, it's zone, but B, what kind of zone is it? Is it one high safety? Is it two high safeties? And then you know instinctively where your best throw, where your highest percentage completion is based on what type of zone coverage it's going to be.
There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. The passing game continues to be prolific, and as much as Ohio State has been built on toughness, they've been built recently on the efficient passing game.
I mean, so many good quarterbacks. And you know you're going to get great play calling, great offensive design. Ohio State offenses every year, year after year, the names change, but the production continues to be the same.
They'll try to overcome that last play on 2nd and 15. Dropping back, it's Etienne. Finds the tight end. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. The time-honored phrase for a quarterback is field general. This dude, in this environment, he's like a stadium commander. He's like an elevated rank above field general.
He's like an orchestrator. He knows how to set them off and bring it up and bring the excitement with the big plays and make it look easy time and time again. And that's why this offense is so impressive.
The Buckeyes will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. From the gun, coming after it. Had to get rid of it quickly. He just throws it away, and I think the flag's going to be coming in. There it is. Now the offense tries to punch it in on 2nd and goal. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Wide receiver shows motion. He wants to pass it on 2nd down. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Third and goal coming up here. Wide receiver coming across in motion. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And it's incomplete. He was looking to the end zone and trying to get 6.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look there. 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
With a double-digit deficit here in the 2nd half, they're going to go for it on 4th down. Looking to throw it again. Moves away as he feels pressure. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Man, 4th and goal, you're backed up a little bit after a couple bad plays, and you make the play. You needed it. You find your receiver, throw it up. He goes and gets it. What a play by this offense in a critical moment.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
2 very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Nebraska went into hostile territory and came away with a convincing victory. The Huskers always seem to get everyone's best punch, but today they were the ones who delivered the knockout. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way. But I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on 1st down. It's 2nd and 3. They'll run it to the right side. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened here.
He makes the connection. You know this sophomore has a big arm, and there were some revolutions on that one. And the Yellow Jackets will snap it on 1st and 10.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Georgia Tech 42, Ohio State 28.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give to the back. They make the stop, but this running game moves the chains as they get the 1st down.
fresh legs, man, and it is showing. Of course, this team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game, running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Give to the back. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there, he didn't have it.
Trying to get to it. Working that left side now. Offenses gain momentum with third down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. They're about to snap it for the 7th time on this drive. The secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, David. It puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get them out of a spot.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
Inside the 15, 1st and 10 from the 14. Use the play fake. Now to throw. He's got it. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. He's been so locked in, it seems like any pass called is a guaranteed chunk play.
Yeah, and winning late like this in the ball game, keep trusting him, keep spinning. You know why? Because stats matter late in the game. You want some postseason awards? Keep chucking it, keep getting those stats.
A 1st down run in the red zone. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! Boy, do they need that score. Gave them a little cushion as they try to put a stop to this 2-game slide. That one might have put the finishing touches on this game.
This one is over. Game, set, match. The defense had a chance to maybe kind of keep their team in it, but the offense said, take it to the locker room.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. The kickoff team on the field as they'll send this one away. On the move from inside his 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. First and 10 from inside their own 5. You got to take care of the ball, but there is room to take a shot here. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. From his end zone, he'll go up top. Finds a soft spot in the middle. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Got some of the work done on 1st. Now let's see what they have on 2nd down. To the ground with the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, I think the running back kind of went rogue on that last running play. I'm not sure it was designed to go that direction. He tried to make it happen on his own, and unfortunately ended up losing yards.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. Finds him out of the backfield. Can anyone catch him? He's at the 30. The 10. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Nice job by the offense, going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. You still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over and get warmed up. You need an onside. You need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
He'll try to tack on one more. Splits those uprights right in half. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the finisher more than got them out of their own end. A 97-yard pass for the touchdown. They've got it down to a 2-touchdown deficit, trailing by 14 and about to kick it away. Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. As they come to the line on 2nd down, ordinarily you might go up top, but they need to keep this one on the ground, keep that clock winding. Right down the middle. Finds a tight end. Got a lot of running room. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W.
Nice job on the route and catch by the tight end scoring that touchdown. And it doesn't matter what play this offense calls. All game long, everything has been working. This has been a master class in offensive productivity.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
Set to kick this one away.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice.
And it's his 4th interception of the night. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. A veteran in this defense stayed locked in on his rules and made the interception.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game, in the 4th quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
He finds his man. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
Out of bounds at the 17. And a 1st down for the offense.
The Yellow Jackets have moved it inside the 20. The back goes in motion. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! And the pummeling has started.
Georgia Tech
The lead grows, and you can sense they know how important wins are this late here in Week 11.
Some would say run out the clock. Some would say I don't need to add points. But here's the thing. It's your job to stop them on defense. Now, listen, the handshakes, they might get a little bit interesting after this game, but the offense did their job.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a two-play drive. Kickoff team is on the field. They'll try to drive this one deep. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. And after this play, the cake will be baked. Dropping back, it's Etienne. Fires to the big fella. Timeout is called with just a single second left.
Timeout, Ohio State.
That last completion sets him up on second down. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On second down, he'll let it fly. Makes the grab. And that is how we will wrap this one up. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them, an absolutely dominating performance.
Got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All three phases we saw, just spectacular football. No mental mistakes, David. You really can't play better than that.
Nah, it's really fun to do this. Come out and just dominate opponents. Start from finish. Nothing to worry about. You just know you're better. You're going to do you, put up a bunch of points, and win by a lot of points.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.